Hey everyone, MeltingMan234 here with another casual review, and this time it's the live-action remake of Disney's The Jungle Book from 2016, even though it doesn't really qualify to be live-action, but we'll get to that later. This is my first time watching Disney's upcoming line of live-action remakes of their classic stories. I missed out on Cinderella, so I just watched this instead. Although I haven't read the original source material, like most people, I did see the original animated Disney version, which a lot of people did, and it was alright. Lots of catchy songs in that film. It feels like recent movies have been getting that treatment where professional critics say that the film is great or the film is terrible, but if you ask a casual audience, then you'll get the exact opposite response, and obviously this is one of those films. Right, here's the story. Mowgli is a man cub who was raised by a bunch of wolves. When a vicious tiger threatens to kill the boy, Bagheera escorts Mowgli to the man village while encountering other characters along the way, like the lazy Baloo and the menacing King Louie. For a film that advertised itself that it's a live-action remake, there's not really that much live-action stuff. Mowgli and the people from the man village are all live-action, everything else is CGI. But still, very impressive CGI work. Now for the stuff that I liked and didn't like, which will probably piss off a lot of people, seeing as how there's a huge majority of people who either love this film or hate it. One thing that I really enjoyed was Mowgli. The actor playing him was really good. It's not that often you could find a good child actor for these kind of films. The animated version was always like, oh, I want to stay in the jungle and have fun and stuff. While there is some of that here in the remake, this version of Mowgli is actually smarter. He makes these quote-unquote tricks, as the animals call it, where he uses branches for rope or making a spear by using rocks and other material. Yeah, this version can actually invent things from using material found in the jungle. Bill Murray as Baloo is, well, Bill Murray. So if you're a fan of him, you'll probably find some amusement in seeing him playing Baloo in this film. And of course the songs, Bare Necessities and I Wanna Be Like You are in this film, which are nice. The actor playing Bagheera was great, Shere Khan was okay, Kaa was very odd, seeing as how he's a she in this version, voiced by Scarlett Johansson. Well, I didn't mind that much, since Kaa has a very small role in this film, so yeah, it just comes and goes. I pretty much figured that Kaa would have a smaller role in this version. Then there's King Louie by Christopher Walken, which is very odd, but it does sound kinda cool to hear him being an all threatening and such. Obviously, much different than the animated version, where it was all about partying. Now for the stuff that I didn't like. Obviously, one of them being the false advertisement, where it should have said that it's live action slash CGI remake. One thing that really bothered me is that there's a segment near the end where Mowgli gets the fire, or the red flowers they call it, yeah, just like in the original books. He goes off to fight Shere Khan with it, a few sparks fall to the ground, and then 3 minutes later the whole damn jungle is on fire, all created by a few tiny sparks. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would have taken longer for it to become big enough to cover a large part of the jungle. The scene where King Louie is singing, I Wanna Be Like You, it just feels out of character for me. He starts off being all threatening and menacing, and then he starts singing and dancing. Well, kind of dancing. Then he goes back to being threatening. And that's it. One thing left to talk about is Shere Khan, which I feel very indifferent about. Sure, he's mean and more brutal than the animated version, but something about him feels a bit lazy, like how he kills the wolf's pack leader and just waits there with the other wolves for Mowgli's return. It feels off, but I don't think it's enough for me to hate it, so yeah, very indifferent about Shere Khan in this version. And that's about it. After hearing people on the internet review it and hate it, I thought I was gonna hate this film too. But after watching the film from beginning to end, it wasn't that bad. I'm sure that if I had read the books first before watching this film, my opinion might have been different. Like how I read the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory books before seeing the film adaptations. And then after seeing the film adaptations, I liked the remake much better than the original. But that's another story. I don't know, this film's a remake. I really didn't expect much out of this film. Might see some of those other upcoming live-action remakes, like Beauty and the Beast starring Harry Potter and Hermione Granger playing the lead characters. So in closing, Disney's The Jungle Book, the 2016 version, it was okay. It has some good parts, it has some bad parts, but in the end, it was okay. That's about it for this review, and I'll see you next time.